Mark 15, verse 16. The gospel of Jesus Christ. What is the value of the gospel? What is the worth of the gospel? I'm talking to you about the responsibility of the gospel. Because you are responsible to make others hear it. Some weeks ago I told you, when you believed in Jesus, you did not do God any favor. You did not do God any good believing in Jesus. When you believe in Jesus, you helped yourself. You saved yourself from hell. It's what you do for others to hear it that God counts as favor. What have you done? How many have heard the gospel because of you? What is your contribution to the gospel? What does the gospel mean to you? Do you even feel responsible? And there's something about this gospel. Look at that portion again. Go into the world and preach the gospel to every creature. The next verse 16. He that believe and is baptized shall be saved. He that believe not shall be damned. It's touching. Do we believe this? Is this true? That a man that does not believe in Jesus is condemned? I was told a story. He told about a man who was dying. He had 5 children. Out of these 5 children, 4 were born again. The man was also born again. When the man was on his dying bed, he looked at his children. He told the 4 who were born again, said good night. Look at one and say good night. Good night. Good night, he said to the 4 of them. Then he told to the 5th one who was not born again. He said, bye-bye. He was wondering, Papa, why are you telling me bye-bye? He told the rest good night. Then he said, for these ones who are born again, I'll see them again. As I'm dying now, I'll see them again. I'm only sleeping. It's a good night. On the resurrection morning, I'll see these guys again. But for you, I'll be talking to you about Jesus. You never want to believe in Jesus. As I'm dying now, I know I will never see you again. You are lost forever. And if you die without knowing Jesus, Jesus said, anybody who believes the gospel, go and preach the gospel to every creature. Verse 15. Go into all the world. Go into all the world. Every man's world. You know, we are in different world. If you are a lecturer, that lecture, that profession as a lecturer, that is your world. If you are a businessman, that market where you do your business is your world. There's a world of business. There's a world of lecturers. There's a world of medical doctors. There's a world of students. Jesus said, go into all the world and preach the gospel. The most important thing in your world is this gospel. What do you take into your world? Are you just a businesswoman? Are you just a businessman? Or as a student in school, what do you do in that school? You're born again. You have Jesus in you. Yet your neighbors are not away. Jesus said, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Everyone desires to hear the gospel. And it's your responsibility. Let me tell you this. There's something about responsibility. Responsibility. Are you here? Responsibility is the proof of maturity. You are not matured if you are not responsible. You know, we all grew up in our parents' houses. When you were growing up, when you were 2 years old, 3 years old, you know, 3 years old children in the house, they are not responsible. They do everything for them. From the time you were born, somebody have to watch wash your body, wear your shoes, comb your hair, even they feed baby. You have to feed the baby. As the baby grows up, become a child, you still help them some ways. Then you reduce what you help them to do. When the child is 3 years old, they are the one telling daddy and mommy. They command everybody. Say, mommy, sit down there. Daddy, buy me biscuit. And daddy say, yes, sir, my son, I'll get it for you. Then the daddy buy biscuit. They may say, I don't like it. I don't like this one. I told you to buy chocolate. You want to buy cabin. They are running their mouth. Then the daddy is apologizing. I'm sorry. Next time I will not try it again. Please don't try it next time. Buddy. Because you are still 3 years old. And you are wondering why you that is 3 years old, you command daddy all the time. Why your brother is 15 years old, they always hit him on his head. And you just like where you are. He's so sweet. Whenever you shout, everybody run around for you. Very short time. Very soon, you notice, our daddy is going out. He's telling you, Junior, before I come back. Before I come back, watch the toilet. They start telling you what to do. And you did not do it. Only to come back, you didn't do it. Then they got the cane and whip you so bad. You are wondering, what now entered my dad? What changed dad? Daddy has only been like this. What you did not know, you don't grow to be a fool. You don't grow to be a liability. You grow to be responsible. Growth is for responsibility. Growth is for adding value. What are you, as you grow up in that house, to whom much is given, they are expecting what did you bring? What is your contribution? What is your value? Now you know why your dad flogged you when he came home. Hot afternoon, you open the fridge, no water inside fridge. When you are responsible, you know what to do. Responsible people are only looking for what to do, to add value. Christian maturity, Christian growth is for responsibility. What is the most important thing to God, our Heavenly Father? The gospel. Listen, the proof of your Christian growth is seen in your value for the gospel and what you do with it. What is the gospel to you? You think the gospel for pastors, some serious members in the church? Don't you think your business in this life is no, when it's church things, okay, but when it comes to their personal business, they can walk inside rain, inside the sun, looking for job, looking for customer, trying to sell their goods. They can go any length. But when it comes to the work of God, we think it's not that important.